There was nothing worse than waking up in a hotel after being dead drunk and having no memory of what had happened. Fortunately, the guy who sat in the chair over there was Victor, my boyfriend. I stroked my hair and was about to air kiss him, and then he stood up and firmly stated,
"Let's break up, Elisa."
The way he called my name was pleasing to the ear. Yeah, that was my name, Elisa. But hold on, what did he just say? Break up? I was totally sober. What? Why do you want to break up with me?
Because I think this is not gonna work out.
We have already been together for 3 years, and then you say we're incompatible? Are you kidding me?
I am serious. We're over. Just stop seeing each other.
Victor turned away before I could ask any questions. But why did Victor want to break up with me? Can you guess? Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Now, let's find out the reasons. First off, I came to Lexi's house after leaving the hotel. She was my bestie and a matchmaker for Victor and me as well.
So you two were in the hotel and then Victor said break up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so last night?
What are you thinking? Victor invited me for dinner, and I drank too much, so I stayed overnight in a hotel.
Why didn't you stay at his home? You guys have been together since forever.
I don't know. I even think he's gonna get on one knee after dinner. I tore my hair out of frustration. I can't remember what happened last night no matter how hard I tried. All I could recall was the moment I toasted with Victor and his family.
Hey, don't tell me you already forgot what happened last night.
You know, I can remember a thing every time I get drunk.
Oops, so now I already know the reason why Victor want to break up with you.
Why?
Because you're gonna turn into another person, and the other you is a total bitch.
No way.
Remember? The time when you were invited to Rose's birthday. You get drunk and then asked to take her dog for a walk. Then, you ended up being called on the police and penalized for destroying the neighbor's garden.
It was because of Rosie's naughty dog.
It wasn't its fault. It was you, Alyssa. The poor dog even tried to keep you away from uprooting the garden. Or the time when you attended my sister's wedding. You drank more than 2 bottles of wine and then destroyed all of the flower baskets.
Did I?
So, why do you think my sister has never talked to you again after her wedding?
But why didn't anybody tell me?
Have you ever asked before? Nobody wants to be reminded of those shameful experiences.
Lexi had no reason to fool me, but it sounded so unbelievable. I was the person who was always worried about bothering or speaking loudly to other people. I couldn't believe that I could have smashed someone's garden or ruined the party. Wanted to see if that was true, so I came back home and locked the door. I put a camera near my bed and started to drink. Come on, I wasn't an alcoholic. I just wanted to check. Moreover, who didn't want to drink after breaking up? 1 bottle. 2 bottles. My drinking capacity was not so good. I started to feel dizzy and then swooned. While I was unconscious, I thought of the day when Victor and I first met. For me, he was flawless. I always believed that we would get married one day. I can imagine that we would just broke up, just because I was drunk. I held Victor in my mind and expressed my deepest thoughts. I miss you, Victor. I don't want to break up with you.
We broke up, Elisa.
No, we didn't.
Let go of me.
Just a kiss, Victor, and I will wake up.
Stop it.
I was startled by his yell. He was right in front of me with messy hair, and it was not my house, indeed. Is this your house?
Let go of me first.
Why am I here? I'm pretty sure that I had locked the door before drinking.
You ran to my house last night, pouted at the door, and demanded to see me.
No way. It's still daytime. I anxiously checked my phone. I couldn't believe that a day had just passed, and I was totally clueless about what had happened. Tell me, what was going on the day I came to your house for dinner?
I don't want to bring it up.
No, it's really important to me. Please. Victor sighed. He showed me his sister's video. That night, his sister Gemma had just borrowed a camera, so she wanted to try it out and accidentally recorded everything. In that video, I was jagged and completely out of control. Fortunately, Victor was still sober, so he could keep me from smashing things, but couldn't keep my mouth shut.
This house is huge and beautiful. It's gonna be a fortune after selling it, right?
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know that? Gemma was expelled as she had got so many classes. There is no way that Princess is gonna have a decent job. You two should prepare to bring up for her life. Hey, you promised to keep this secret, remember? Oops, I forgot. But your mom is even worse than you are. People said that your mom followed her friends and invested in a huge lost project. She pledged your father's car and even their wedding ring to pay the credit.
What? You saw our wedding ring? How dare you lie to me that it was lost at the golf course?
No, it's not that. She's just babbling nonsense.
Nah. It was your son who told me that. I almost forgot. You, how long haven't you washed your wig? It looks as if it was soaked in spoiled oil, greasy and stinky. I suggest you sell this house to get your daughter back to school, pay your debt, and buy yourself a new wig.
After I spilled all their secrets, I threw up all over the dining table, then laughed like a moron. Needless to say, Victor's parents were furious. They kicked me out of the house. Victor struggled to carry me to the hotel. He stayed up all night and then decided to break up with me.
You normally are a really nice girl, but when you're drunk, I'm sorry, I can't stand that.
I have no idea why I could become that terrible when I'm drunk. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I'll never drink a drop ever.
My family has been torn apart because of you. Now, everyone can't even face each other. The atmosphere is always intense.
But I didn't lie. Everything is gonna be exposed sooner or later. I just sped it up a little bit. Victor shook his head disappointedly. I dragged my feet home and then burst into tears while thinking of the mess I made. I was so embarrassed. I felt like a criminal and deserved to be put in jail. How could I treat my love and his family in such a way? After a few days of crying constantly, I realized that I couldn't let my life be ruined in tears. I had to fix everything and put them back in the right place. First, I had to make a sincere apology. I tried to meet each person to explain that I didn't mean to hurt their feelings and destroy their happiness. But everything was so difficult at the very first stage. Victor's sister didn't want to listen to any of my words, and his parents slammed the door in my face. Okay, words wouldn't work. I decided to make apple pies and wrote letters to tell them every day. Believe me, I had never made that much effort in my life. I even cried while writing those letters. I was pretty sure that my apology box was gonna be handed, but on the next day, I found it in the trash bin in front of their house. My heart was broken into pieces, but gave up was not in my dictionary. I remembered that Gemma loved to become a director. I thought of giving her a camera, but it couldn't solve a problem. I came up with an idea that couldn't please both Victor's parents and help her pursue this dream. I spent a few days doing some research, and then listed some universities that had a film directing major. After leaving out those that were too far away and required high standards, there was only one place that still accepted the register. I spent a couple more days preparing the registration documents, and then I went to meet Gemma.
How do you know that I want to study at this school?
Oh, I just try my best to help you. I have brought some documents here to help you pass the interview.
What will I do if my parents don't let me study at that school?
I will help you to get a scholarship or a part-time job. You can even live in my parents' house. Moreover, I think your parents are angry because you were expelled from school. Is that right? They don't really care what you study.
Haha, you got them. They always want to keep up appearances, but you still dare to expose them like that.
It's because I was drunk. I'm fixing that.
Okay, I forgive you.
Oh, thank you. A quarter of the task was done. Next, I had to find the place where Victor's mother had sold her wedding ring. It was like finding a needle in a haystack. The ring was owned by many people, so it took me a very long time. Fortunately, I found it and had to pay a lot of money to take it back. Victor's father was the hardest challenge. I even thought of shaving my head to apologize, but I was scared that he would have a stroke. Instead, I bought a lot of qualified wigs and found on the internet ways to preserve them. I had stood in front of her house for hours until they agreed to meet me. Victor's mom burst into tears when she saw the ring, while his dad was quite interested in the wigs, though he didn't look so happy. Gosh, I thought I would never see it again.
Let me put it on your finger.
Wow, you made me remember our wedding day.
We promised to be honest with each other.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hid that from you.
No, that's not true. It's my fault of letting you face everything alone.
I had a sign of relief when they accepted my apology. Great, I don't have to shave my head now.
What?
I mean, I miss Victor so much that I have hair loss.
It's been a long time since Victor last visited us. You should go to his workplace if you want to find him.
Okay, I will. The third quarter of the task was done. I totally know nothing to finish a quarter left. I didn't say or do bad things to him while I was drunk. I just lost his trust. What should I do to make him believe that I would never drink anymore? I didn't want to see his disappointed face, so I didn't come to his house for a month. I just stopped the illusion when Lexi said that she should kill me if I didn't go to her birthday party. She was our friend, so Victor was obviously invited. I wore my most beautiful dress and carefully put on the makeup, hoping that he would notice me. However, he didn't give me any look during the party. Every time I approached him, he tried to make excuses and left.
My friend Alyssa, come here. I want you to stand by me when I blow out the candles.
After cutting the cake, Lexi gave me a glass of wine. No, I swore that I'll never ever drink.
Come on, today is my birthday, so don't let me down. We're best friends, so you can do anything crazy there. Don't worry.
I really cannot.
Hey, so I'm not your friend, isn't it?
It's not that. I just don't want to drink. At that time, Lexi was quite drunk, so she continuously forced me to drink. Finally, I couldn't help but push her out and run away from the party. Damn it! Do you think that wine is so dangerous? Look how it destroyed my life. I had lost my love and seemed to lose my best friend as well. I sat on the road and burst into tears. I thought I would live in pain forever. Suddenly, someone hugged me from my back. Victor?
Don't cry, or people will think I bully you.
Why are you here?
To fight you. I saw your effort. It's not easy to choose between respecting your best friend and stopping drinking. I believe that you can keep your swearing.
I can swear one more time, no, hundreds of times, that I'll never drink anymore.
I trust you.
I hugged Victor. I had never felt that lucky in my life. After that day, it went back to the time before I destroyed everything. Lexi was just like me when I was drunk. She didn't remember anything after the party. Recognizing mistakes is not easy, but fixing it is much more difficult. I'm trying my best to keep the promise to stay away from wine. How about you? Have you ever made mistakes like me? Do you dare to share it? Please help people who lost their way because of wine by leaving comments down below.